Hello, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duel Links video. I am now showing you what the thumbnail is going to be. This is the most cursed thing you've ever seen. Now, listen. I want to tell you about something. Jesse, why do you have these cards in your deck? They are not related to your deck at all. But everyone has this problem for some weird reason. I still can't make heads or tails of that. Wait just a second. I muted the music when I was socializing and doing stars one times. I lost most of my yellow keys, by the way, but I figured out I could get Cyrus's card with a ticket. And I'm just like, I could have done that before wasting all these keys. But you know what? I'm the one that chose to waste those keys. I went to a community that answered my question. I was like, so how do I get this card? Cyrus is driving me nuts. And the community was like, you can use a ticket. And you can release your Karibo. And I'm like, oh. You know, I never thought to do that. I wanted to finish my Karibo. But, actually, it turns out I didn't even have to release my Karibo. Because the ticket that was already in my inbox from the start of the video and all this shit had that card. And I'm just like, oh my god. I wasted yellow keys. I released my Karibo. And now I'm just, wow. I can't believe I did all this. This was dumb. However, I will say, I do not regret it. You may think that it's something to regret, but, you know, I've heard there are plenty of times, I've heard I'll have plenty of opportunities to max out my Karibo. And you know what? I believe that. I released my Karibo. I will max it out next, but actually, I want to get Karibos at all levels, if possible. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm going to check after this duel. And also after this duel, I am going to give Jesse his actual cards, even if that means having to duel him. Come on, Jesse, what the hell? So, anyway, I'm done with Cyrus, at least for right now. I'll probably need him again later, but for now, I'd rather just ignore him. So, I'm doing Jesse trying to summon the one card in my hand that can't be summoned because, Jesse, you aren't using your card, so I can't summon this. Why? Anyway, no, I'm going to be done with this cursed bullshit soon, so don't worry. I still wish that this was Jesse's actual deck, and I wasn't using a bunch of cards that aren't his deck. And I know what? This is exactly what I get. I shouldn't have come to this battle thinking there were cards of his in this deck besides this card. Okay. I'll be honest. I've got one of his cards on the field and one in my hand. Okay, I get that. I see, but the deck still sucks and it's still not enough to get Rainbow Dragon on the field. Seriously, Jesse, you're weird, okay? You're weird. But you know who else is weird? Me. I'm definitely quite weird. I'm proud of it, by the way. I'm very proud of it. I make absolutely no effort to hide it. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of pretending that I'm just so sick of pretending. I don't want to I can't take it anymore. I've got to be authentic. I've got to be who I am without restraint and without fear. And now, at first I was definitely going to be fear, but that's what I'm on YouTube to work out. I'm going to eventually stop being so afraid. It'll be great. It'll be great. Okay, Jesse, I regret using this deck. You know, I almost want to just stop entirely. I almost just want to surrender. I'm like, This is just the worst deck I've ever used. And I've made some awful decks, trust me. Why did I do this? Why did I think this was a good idea? Okay, well there's one. Okay, and Zane is about to deck out. I can't be much better. Actually, dude, how do I... Okay, well, Zane's going to deck out soon, and, I have still not... You know what? That's true. Zane is about to deck out, so, why was I talking about just... Yeah, okay. You know what, Zane, just deck out, please. You are a jackass to your brother anyway. Yeah, that's right. I dueled the stars, and he was like... He was the absolute worst. He was like... I don't even remember the line. I was like, I wish I was able to record this. And you know what? I actually could if I just went back to Duel Cyrus, but I don't want to right now. Okay. Good. I won. Now, Jesse, you need a real deck with your cards. So let's address our problem over here. Anyhow, I socialized tonight. Oh, you'll get your revenge, huh? I hope you don't. Yeah, that's right. I hope he doesn't. I've got all these GX characters, and I've made the most progress with this world. Now, to be honest, there are clearly more characters here to unlock than 5D's world and Zexa world. There's a bit of competition with the DM world, but, I'm kind of surprised that this is the world I chose to focus on first. Like, I did not expect that. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I've got Zane, Dr. Crowler, Ubel, Season 3, Jaden fused with Ubel, and Blair. I don't have the missions for Bastion. I don't know what his conditions are. I'll look them up at some point. I don't know. I do think, though, that I'll eventually unlock him on my own, even if I don't look it up. But you know what? I am very interested in what his criteria is, because that's not what I meant to do. I meant to look at my profile real quick. Okay, I'm going to look up his missions real quick. So, give me a second. Hold on. I know I'm taking... Oh, by the way, I looked up Windows 11, and yeah, it's a thing. I did not make that up. And it releases this year, so, I'm going to ask for a laptop for Christmas because, well, I can just send one of my parents a screenshot of my hard drive and how much I've got left of it. And, yeah. I'm pretty sure by Christmas there's going to be barely nothing. I don't think there'll be much left. Okay. So, oh, that's not what I was... Dude? That's a word? Hold on. You know, I can't pronounce that. I know the pronunciation key is right there, but I don't understand pronunciation keys. I typed Duel, but accidentally typed a K instead. Okay. I see. Hold on. Yeah, how do I unlock Bastion? Are you kidding me? You have to win 50 duels with 3 or less cards. You know what, Bastion? You know what? I don't know. I'm not even going to bother trying. But you know what? I wasn't trying very hard when there have been times when I was not trying and I completed a task. And I would definitely not be surprised if eventually I unlock Bastion while I still give no shits. Yeah, I seriously don't think I should go for Bastion right now because I am not that insane. Actually, hold on. I'm getting a message. Oh God, I feel like I want to do it. Why? What? Come on, brain. At least try to sound somewhat sane. Anyway, I'm still low on traps. Okay, fine. Well, I have to double check this shit, guys. I have to double check it. But I can't believe I haven't activated a lot of traps. Okay. Jesse, I must have told you at least a few times by now. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember how many times I told you, but surely there is better. Seriously, you are freaking nuts. I swear. Okay, I'm taking out these traps because they're useless against Zane. And this card, it sucks. Anyway, I'm just taking out these cursed cards. And by the way, I'm serious. The beginning of this video is going to be the thumbnail. I'm going to go into the video. I'm going to take a screenshot of the beginning shot. And that's the thumbnail. And I'm going to put text on it that says the most cursed duel you will ever watch. Although you won't be able to see the entirety of it because I was in the middle of dueling Zane when Social Night ended. Yes, Wednesdays are Social Night for me now. Yeah. So there was a lot that was discussed, and I have a hard time being fully authentic around other people. And the reason for that is I've received a lot of judgment based on aspects of who I am. And I'm on YouTube here to change that. I'm not going to hide myself anymore the way that I used to. I can't, wait, do they have to have different names? Oh my God. Okay. Well, anyway. Jesse, give me a second. I'm just going to save this as it is. I'm going to save Crystal Beasts in Training. I know I'm saying this is Crystal Beasts. Yeah, that's right. Nothing creative here. Just, yeah. Okay, Zane. So I am not... Well, I'm going to duel Jesse. That's what I'm going to do. I hope he doesn't use your keys because I don't have those. Yeah. So this shouldn't be too difficult. I just need to make sure that I get his cards. And how am I going to do it? Well, I'm going to play as Chaz, someone that is very angry. And it fits me. Okay? Anyhow. Jesse, you have a lot to answer for. I cannot believe that you just gave me your deck and you're like, you don't have anything that you don't have. Well, you know what? I know that this is probably just what's intention. That's what Konami decided to do. Something. You have to grind your ass if you want these cards. Something. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't care. Okay, so Jesse uses white keys. I'm out of green keys. I'm out of yellow keys. And I could potentially be out of white keys soon. Actually I'm going to look. I don't think I've got many red keys either. Well, I've got some red keys, but nothing to brag about. And black keys, I think I've got plenty of those. Yeah. I'm running out of these actually. I just looked at that and I'm like, oh crap. Well, I'm going to just I'm going to ignore Cyrus because he was not kind to me. Yeah, he was not kind to me, says the person that massacred him over and over and over. This is not the right duelist. This is the right duelist. Okay. No. I will duel him on the field. I can't believe I just went to the gate and just ignored that he was there. You play with spirits too? Yeah, I play with a lot of spirits actually. Even though he was talking about Chaz, not me. Okay, well, whatever. I think the concept of seeing dual spirits is very, very cool. And now I can't see spirits at all, but I do interact with them. And I know that not everyone believes in spirits. That's fine. I'll respect your beliefs. But, respect that I do interact with spirits and I do have a belief in them. Mostly because I interact with them. Anyway. I actually have had quite the experience on YouTube so far. It hasn't even been a month yet. And the timing for needing a new computer, well, I think it's right now. So, I know that I'm wild. But, I am definitely not going to stop. I have plans for other forms of content on this channel. And plans to, discuss myself as who I am. Like, I'm so sick of hiding that I've started a YouTube channel. When content creators are just treated like shit by YouTube, I'm like, I can't take this shit anymore. Yeah, basically. I still have no idea why I thought this was a good idea, but I seem to like it, so okay, I'll keep doing this. I'll eventually run out of things I can do in Duel Links because I'll be out of keys. Your spirits are, what's the word, unique. That's an interesting attempt to be nice to the Adramas because I could tell you struggled there, Jesse. I can tell you struggled. So yeah. Now I'll admit they are unique, but the Adramas freak me out. Seriously, they're like nightmare fuel, and my brain is made of nightmare fuel. Anyway, my own spirits are also unique, but they aren't like the Ojamas. You can look at them and you won't be as disturbed. I know that even without looking at them, okay? I know without looking at them. Sounds weird since, I can't see the people I'm interacting with, but that does not matter. I've heard some shit, guys. I've heard some shit. Why did I go in here? Oh, I wanted to change something, actually. Oh, wow. Look at all of these. Wow. I have so many icons. Dude, I have not been playing this game for even a month. At least not recently. Okay. And there's a rock right there. No, okay, whatever. And there's an event one. Oh, what? What's this? Which event is this from? It's like pixels. Dude, I could recreate that in the simplest of art programs. That's how simple that looks, and I have no idea what that is. Does it tell me if I just make it my icon? No, it does not. I guess it's just there to look cute or whatever. I guess if you don't care about a character. But I would find it very strange if someone had that as their icon and no one else. Like, surely you at least have something you want as your icon besides that. So, I'm going to pick Chaz right now. Anyway. I liked how Jesse was like, your spirits are ... unique. I'm sure Chaz was like, yeah, they get on my nerves. They're annoying. I don't really like them. And I'm John Yellow's over there like, oh, come on, boss. You do. Okay, that was bad. I'm not continuing that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I can't do that again. That was awful. Okay, yeah, what? Hold on, what did she say? I wanted to hear it. A duelist builds the optimal deck to match each situation. That's Dueling 101. Okay, well clearly I passed Dueling 101. Anyway. I was going to... Oh, right. Jesse's been defeated now, so now I duel him at the gate. I have no idea how long I'm going to be doing this. I have to keep... I have to keep track of this stuff. I hate it. Like, I'm gonna have to go in after, like, a few duels and see how many different crystal beasts I've obtained. And that's going to take forever. And I need 7 different ones. I'm just like, dude, why is the game like this? Okay. I'm going to need more keys eventually, and that's going to be slowing me down with content. And then I'll have to play something else or something, I guess. I might also just create content that you can just watch in a single sitting without freaking out. Like, I recently announced that I have a video over 6 hours, and the response I got was, what? It was like, holy crap, you've got a video that's 6 hours? And I'm like, yeah. And, you know, there's proof on my YouTube channel. I uploaded that. In fact, I think I've got 2 that are over 6 hours. I've got some that are 5 hours. I've got some that are 4. Some that are over 3. Yeah, you can see why I'm beginning to have concerns about my hard drive space. But anyway, I'm just interested in how large that folder is going to be when I've been on YouTube for a month. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. But I might just run out of things to do in Duel Links until I have more keys, so and that could happen too. Okay, I'm going to attack you with all of these cards, with all of these equipped cards attached to my monster. I have no idea how long this will take. I might run out of white keys. Oh, I didn't even know if that would be enough to finish him off. But that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. Anyway. Let me just look at these cards. It does not... Dude, what do I do with extra cards in this game? I guess the answer is nothing. Well, so far. Yeah. Yeah, you look at this and you can just tell that he's... They kind of weird me out. You can tell Jesse is saying that just based on these dots. He's thinking that. And he's like, he's trying to think of something nice to say, and he's like, unique. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think they're loyal to him, but you know what? I can't even remember why Chaz is stuck with those odometers. I can't remember I can't remember what the series explanation was for that. I just remember that Chaz could not get rid of a Jumma Yellow for some reason. And I can't remember why. Okay. Yeah, give me some of those, please. Yeah. Though, to be honest, when I finally do run out of keys, maybe I should just stop playing for a while. I mean, at least until I've got enough keys to unlock more characters. Eventually, I'll have Bastion unlocked. No, I might actually unlock him unintentionally. I have no idea. I think the best way to get Bastion is to have a 20 card deck. Have a deck that maybe mills cards or something. I'm not really sure. I'll think about this when I've got a better card collection. Okay. I attack you. Yes, I attack you. And you take damage. Yeah, you definitely take a lot of damage. And that looks like a lot of damage to me. What are you talking about? Okay. That doesn't go into your deck either. I know he's level 10, but I'm kind of hoping I get the cards I need at level 10 because, well, I feel Cyrus. I don't want to go through that torture again. But at least I just need 7 different crystal beasts. That's probably at least a little less torturous than what happened with Cyrus. Okay. My turn's over. Your move. I still cannot believe that my brain wants to unlock Bastion just because it can. Like, come on, brain, really? But, you know, I could go around doing some of the randoms around town. Maybe I can find some, maybe those will be easy. I can just battle them and get near the point of checking. Wait a minute. There has to be some duels that I've at least nearly decked out. I don't know if the game keeps track of those in your profile, but they have to. I've had to have had some duels like that because I've stalled like hell a lot. So I wonder if there's number of near deck outs. I doubt they keep track of that. I'm gonna look at my profile again. Although, like I said, I doubt they keep track of that. Days played, 19. Longest consecutive days played, 10. Yeah, that's right. Total number of packs opened, over 200. Yeah. You know, I really want to just open packs right now again, but I don't want to spend any packs on Archival, but I'm just like, I have to do it. What kind of logic would I be using to just not? Yeah, it's going to be so painful not opening packs. But yeah, I still love that title I acquired, by the way. I mean, yeah, I went through all that hell for one title, and I just can't believe it. You know, I was wondering if the last reward was a title, and I wanted that title, and I'm just like, yeah. I see this title. This is the first one I've ever gotten. Fitting, very fitting. And now, I'm still trying to see if, I mean, they don't tell you how many summons you've done with a single attribute. And I really doubt that that they keep track of number of near deck outs. But, let me see. They do keep track of summoning mechanics. I fusion summoned 69 times. Get your mind out of the gutter. That just happens to be the number that's there, okay? I've ritual summoned 5 times. I've synchro summoned 21 times. I've exceed summoned 138 times. So, guess what summoning method is my favorite? Yeah, exceeds. But I'm actually far better with synchro monsters. It's like the summoning method that I'm just best at using. And I'm still like, how the hell? But it's basically like how I'm good with the Jaden's deck. But that's not my favorite archetype. I just have to be good at using Jaden's deck. And yeah, going into rank duels with Jaden's deck doesn't necessarily help me win much, but there's something else going on besides just Jaden's deck, okay? I have a significant lack of skill. That's why I keep losing so much. There is a clear gap between me and where the modern game is. I do not possess the skill that most players do at this point, and I've accepted that. And I have no idea why I feel like I'm being called to become better at this game and become a confident duelist. Like, my brain is very nuts. Like, listen, guys, I know I experience a lot of weird shit, but, my brain is starting to scare me a bit. Just a little, just saying. And I don't mean scare as in, whoa, least number of turns? Oh, God. Is this the fastest I've won? Hold on. I have no idea. But I will say this. I am glad that I started to make YouTube videos. I did not realize how much I was holding back. Hold on. Number of King of Games. I am never getting one of these. If that stays at 0, I'll be just fine. But, I'm being called to become confident with my dueling skills. For some reason. So, I might end up being pushed into trying to get this. And, I don't think I should. But, I mean, my brain just, it's competitive. I may not have the skills to back that up right now, but it is competitive. It's competitive like hell. And I sometimes wish it wasn't. But, I mean, this is a competitive card game, so, I'm playing the game the way it's intended to be played, even if I do lose a lot. Okay. I've won 25 games, and I've dueled 75 times, so that's around a 30% win rate and a 67% loss rate. Yeah, my cards suck. I'm just looking around. Okay. I'm not seeing any amount. I'm not seeing it. So I don't think there's anything that says. Do I have a duelist ID? What's my duelist ID? Okay. And that's been on screen long enough for people to hunt me down, but I doubt anyone is. Okay, so bronze rank, dude. I still don't know. Well, okay, I'm assuming that's the bronze medal. So I'm good enough to get to bronze rank. Okay, that's not impressive. Most duelists in this game probably get past bronze rank whenever they bother to play ranked. What's history? What does that do? Oh, that's just oh, obtained it. Okay. I like that Duel Links does this too. Magia Record does that kind of thing too, where it keeps track of what you've done in the game and the items you've obtained. It really helps when I need to remember what I've done and if something went through or not. Okay, I'll unlock Bastion when I unlock him. I don't think I should prioritize him in any way, but my brain is just the weirdest thing I've ever had the pleasure of having. Okay, let me see if I've gotten any new crystal beasts. I doubt I have. It's only been like 2-3 duels. I have no idea. I can't remember. So I'm not actually modifying Chaz's deck. I'm just I'm looking to see if I've made any progress. Just because I was looking at something, and that's right. Okay, Crystal Beast. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm halfway. Wait, I need 3 more cards. Okay. Well, it's all nice and all that, but I need 3 more cards with different names, so let's keep going. Jesse's deck is it's going to be just 20 cards. I don't think I'm going to bother going over that. But actually, I might. I mean, I do that quite a bit. But I lose in range because my deck is 30 cards instead of 20, or at least 21 or 22. Because I have so many cards in my deck, I keep losing. Now that's just one of the reasons I keep losing. Okay, let's establish that there are other reasons besides just the size of my deck that is making me lose. My skills are behind the times. It's like your grandparent that can't use the internet or a computer. That's how behind my dueling is. And I think it shows. I think the last time my dueling was around the same level as everyone else's was maybe around the era of GX. Because my strategies seem to be stuck there. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I am starting to learn a little about why I keep losing, but there's a clear difference between me and a player that understands what they're doing. Like, okay, you special summon a lot so you can use the summoning mechanics of your deck, okay? But there is one issue when I try to do the same thing. I don't understand what I'm doing when I do it. So, I don't put the right cards in the deck. And the ratios probably get all messed up because of that. I assume most players would have unlocked Bastion by now. I mean, okay, I think most players in this game are better than I am. But that'll have to change. Anyway, I can't wait until Arent World is introduced, even if it's going to be introduced similarly as Arc 5 World. Yeah, I'm serious. I think that they're going to be similar in the ways they are released. I just view Arc 5 and Vrains as polar opposites. Yeah, they're on the opposite extremes of each other. So I think this is I think that's interesting, but also why did you have to do that to me? Anyway, I'm gonna have to see how pendulum summoning is handled in this game. Like, I've heard some details, but I had to see it in practice. Like, is there a way to make it work with this format? Okay, oh, I've got level, hold on. Okay. I've experienced a lot, but I swear, there's just so much going on within my brain. I was actually quiet during my socialization. When I was socializing with some members of a community that I'm in, I was quiet. At one point, I was like, no, I am not going with that. My brain is all over the place. This social. No, we're not doing this shit. Just on YouTube. Just there. I have to keep this shit to a minimum, okay? I let other people talk. I was actually quiet for quite some time, just let others talk, and I was like, I don't want to talk right now. But it's probably a good thing I was just not talking, because I was also doing Cyrus at the same time. Though, let's be honest, I wasn't really having much trouble with Cyrus. I mean, the thing with Cyrus is his deck can be incredibly broken. But he's not going to just give you that one card that is probably one of the hardest ones to get. But I'm still like the game basically handed it to me. Just here's a chance to get this card, and I still used all my keys. That was just that still blows my mind, I swear. And it blows my mind whenever I win a duel because I'm on autopilot. Because if a duel isn't difficult enough, I tune out. I stop paying attention. But obviously, if I am paying attention, then that means the duel is more challenging. That's good for commentary. I mean, it keeps things relevant to what I'm playing, but there are actually a lot of things that I've experienced that I can relate back to this franchise. Yeah. Like, I identify as Pearl, and if you don't know what plurality is, that basically means that I interact with different consciousnesses, and basically they I do interact with them, but they don't actually do all of, well, they're external spirits, but they can talk to me telepathically, and one of them can affect my physical body. Now that is very vague. Please, just YouTube. This is not 18 plus over here, okay? You know, I probably shouldn't have said that. That probably just put everyone's mind. No. Stay out of the gutter. Stay out of it. I said stay out of the gutter. Okay, I'm doing a very bad job of making sure you guys stay out of it. But, why did I shouldn't have put my own mind there. Oh, God. Well, plurality is very different to explain because I'm terrible at defining anything. Especially on camera. But, yeah. It's basically just interacting with more than one consciousness besides your own. And it happens from an internal perspective. So it's not the same as interacting with a physical person. It's just, you interact with other people, but it's an internal kind of interaction, which is different from the external socialization that most people are used to. And there's a lot of what's the word? There's a lot of controversy around people that are plural, but they aren't plural because they have trauma. And I'm just like, dude, I'm plural, deal with it. Yeah. I think I've brought up the whole controversy of this before in a past Duel Links video, but I can't remember. I talk about so much shit I can't even tell what I've said. In any case, my brain is basically a combination of multiple interactions with other beings, and it's like a server. I just talk to a bunch of people inside of my brain. And that's very, very good. It's very healthy. Because me being alone inside of my is bad. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain because most people think that having people talk to you telepathically, it's a sign that you're going insane. But I think I'm the other way around. I think I'm more sane when people are talking to me inside of my brain, as opposed to me just being an empty shell of my own thoughts. And now I'm not sure what that would be like now that I'm more healthy and I don't just, and I'm not as negative toward myself anymore, but I still feel like I would have issues if suddenly I was cut off from my people. Like, listen, guys, the spirits I talk to are my friends. Yes, they're my friends. And, I would not handle that kind of social isolation well. I'm plural because, well, I'm not sure if I had any role in doing this. But I do know that one of the reasons I'm plural is because I wanted to be. I wanted to have friends inside of my head if I couldn't have friends outside of it. But yeah. Sadly, I can still feel socially isolated even with all these spirits with me. Because they don't replace my need for physical friendship, which is a sign of healthy plurality. Of course, there are many people that cannot compute that concept. It's also difficult to compute the concept when you aren't familiar with what plurality is. And I believe I pronounce it very awkwardly for some reason. I think that's because, am I speaking English over here or another language? Anyway, some things that I experienced are just now starting to come out of my consciousness. And I'm just like, I would like to speak, please. And now, being plural is not bad or unhealthy. It's a state that you experience and get used to over time. And a lot of people usually need help adjusting to that. But I didn't. I believe that the reason for that is, well, like I said, I work backwards. And I'm not sure if that's because of trauma, and maybe I got so close to developing a trauma disorder that maybe my brain is a little more unstable without these people, but I don't know. It's very awkward to think about because I know I don't have a trauma disorder, and I don't want to go around sounding like I could have developed one when I obviously have not. However, the potential is still there, so I'll keep you updated if anything changes about my mental health. Yeah, the potential is still there because of someone I live with. Yeah, let's just say that. I mean, I know I've already developed this very paranoid imagination. I mean, some of that was already there before the shit started, but it's become worse, and I have to unlearn that, and it's very difficult to. But yeah, I have to start talking about my experiences or no one will ever accept this shit. No, I've come to believe that I have to take the shit that other people can't handle because I know that I can handle it. Now, why do I know I can handle it? Well, I've been through some shit. I've seen some shit. And I know that I had to learn to deal with shit. I've basically seen it. It's in the cards, it's in the stars, it's everywhere. I have to learn to deal with all this shit. And if I have to do that in order to spare someone else's misery, if I have to do all that shit to spare someone else's misery, then I will do it. I don't want anyone to suffer if I can handle it, if I can take that pain on myself. I can transmute my negative experiences into something positive. Because, sure, apparently I just developed that skill without even trying. Okay. You know, I think somewhere at the back of my mind, I just knew I was going to play Duel again at some point. I think I knew. But, I don't think I knew I was going to be making YouTube videos about me playing it. Yeah, I don't think I was planning that. I tried being being a gamer on YouTube once. That was a disaster. I think, I'm too scared to even look at that account again. Because I'm sure, like, if I had to say how to start a Let's Play and how to not start a Let's Play, the way I started a Let's Play is, this is not how you do it. Don't do this. Ever. But I think I'm a little better now. I mean, I've caught myself explaining things, but I don't necessarily know that anyone benefits from me doing that. I mean, just saying. I linked to this channel on a Yu-Gi-Oh server, okay? They know most of the shit I'm explaining in these videos. Well, unless it's non-Yu-Gi-Oh related content. If it's related to Yu-Gi-Oh, they probably know what I'm talking about. If it's not, they probably don't. And I do admit that I talk about a lot of things that aren't related to Yu-Gi-Oh in these videos. But I can still relate a lot of my shit back to Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Like, I've just been through so much crap. I think it's really nice to just think of me taking on a bunch of bullshit just to make sure no one else has to deal with it. Because I think part of me wants to be dealing with shit. I don't think I understand the concept of not dealing with shit. And that both scares me, but also, I mean, obviously, most of my life has been me dealing with shit. Why would I be able to compute otherwise? My entire life has just been me dealing with shit, just on a regular basis. So I don't think I can understand not dealing with shit. And I think part of me wants to just be different than how I was when I was a child. I think part of me just wants to change how I feel about my past. I was a doormat as a child. It was horrible. No, I think I escaped with relatively little pain compared to, well, let's just imagine a certain someone else if they got bullied. That would be far worse. I mean, sure, I was a doormat, but I didn't get punished for it, necessarily. Well, I wasn't punished by an adult. I think I did sort of punish myself a little for that. I think I'm sort of still bitter about how I grew up, but that says a lot to me when I think about it, because I'm like, I want this shit. I want this shit. And I'm just thinking, why? But I think part of me just sort of, I think I thrive on bullshit. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm just I don't know. I'm like a paradox. Yeah, I feel like a paradox quite often. I'm more of a paradox than the Paradox Brothers at this point. I don't even know why they're called the Paradox Brothers. Now that says a lot about how much I pay attention to them. Though I certainly can't start when I don't have any keys. And I went back and I considered some other strategies for dealing with Crawler's last unlock requirement. And I'm thinking, okay, how about I try adding in some other ways to accomplish this? And the one thing I'm looking at is I just put in a very awful card. I'm gambling by putting this card in my deck and thinking of summoning it if it comes into my hand. And I was disappointed to have just one copy, and I was like, actually, I should not complain. I think it should be left at just one copy. I'd be insane to put 3 or even 2 in there. Now I'm talking about one of Sartorius' cards. And, yeah, I can't remember which one off the top of my head, but it deals damage equal to a monster on the field when it's destroyed. And I think it destroys the monster, but, anyway, there's also a risk that the same effect will be inflicted on you instead. And now, I have mixed feelings about Sartorius' deck. On one hand, I hate it because he kicks my ass with it. But I'm also like, it's one of the biggest gambling decks I can ever try to use. And I'm like, I want to use his deck. I want to give him his cards. And I'm like, why? Why? Well, I think a certain someone has a negative influence on me. It's not Bennett Keith, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I watched a gambling anime recently. Well, one of them. I mean, there's probably more than one, but I'm only familiar with one of them so far. And it was interesting because I was like, I don't understand this anime did something to me, and I'm like, I want more of this. But at the same time, I'm also thinking, what do I mean by this? Yeah, what do I mean by that? But yeah, I was pretty bad with the whole gambling thing even before that anime. Like, I remember spending money on Magia Record trying to get Nanoha. And that, I spent so much money trying to get her last slot. And I never got it because NA shut down. And I also spent even more money trying to get Kyoko from the original Madoka anime. I spent even more money trying to get Kyoko from the original anime for Madoka Magica. And I think Kyoko felt kind of bad about that because she's been a pity breaker on the Japanese server, and I'm just like, wow. I'm actually doing pretty well on the Japanese server so far, aside from my lack of participation in the current event. No, I have not participated. Well, actually, I need a lot of magical girls leveled up for that, and I don't have nearly the strength to do that kind of shit. I just don't have all that. Now, I will be honest, I forgot that event was even going to come out, so I was lazy. But I was also working on Trey's event at the same time, so I wasn't bothering with Magia Record. In any case, I did recently level up a bunch of magical girls in that game. So I was thinking of trying it, but then I'm like, no, bad idea. I don't think I've got enough girls for that. I am just not prepared. And I think I'm finding this to be more and more the case as the game progresses. And it's not bad to play less Magia Record because I don't want Magia Record to become like this again. Like Magia Record once swallowed my life, Vanguard Zero once swallowed up my life, and now this game is swallowing up my life. Also, Gems of War has swallowed up my life before as well. I basically downloaded this game as an impulse because I still believe I'm using Yu-Gi-Oh! As a crutch for content, and I'm just like, well, I'm over here claiming that I've got plans for other forms of content, and I haven't done any videos on that other content. The only videos that aren't on that content are, well, they can be counted on one hand. Most of my content is basically just Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And I'm over here like, and yeah, sure, this helps my credibility quite a bit, doesn't it? Well, I definitely have more credibility than claiming I'm working on something that I'm not. Actually, I'm making a reference, but I'm just as bad, if not worse. Yeah, I've claimed I'm working on things, and I'm just and I'm over here like, I am not working on that. Yeah. Now, I do have some serious problems because I don't know. I just feel like I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is sort of a safe topic for me to get to discuss. And I'm just like, oh, I you know, when I heard that Duel Links was on Steam, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I like that it's on Steam, but I'm not getting it because it might take over my entire life. And I was thinking that I would not get Duel Links just because, well, you know, basically I just think that I was going to get it regardless of anything. You know, at that point, you know, I think my fate was sealed the moment that Duel Links was introduced on Steam. That's what I think. Because pretty much I don't have any way of recording a video unless I don't have any way of recording a game on my laptop unless it's through Steam. And now I do know there's equipment out there for that, but I don't have any room for it. And I'm also not actually that invested in doing that shit. Because, well, I'm hoping that eventually Vanguard Zero is successful enough to move to Steam as well. So I can then start making content for Vanguard Zero. Now, I know that there's a chance it may never get put on Steam, but I kind of hope it eventually does get put there. I mean, I'm waiting. I'm definitely waiting. Although, to be honest, it probably shouldn't be put on Steam while I still have this laptop. Yeah. I was glad to hear that Windows 11 is being released this year because I know if I ask for a laptop this year, it'll be used for quite some time. It will be the most up-to-date system around, so I know I'll be using it, and my computer will last a while. It'll be relevant for quite a long time. Now, as much as it'll be relevant, I don't know much about Windows 11, so I do have to do some research on that. But I don't think I have a choice. I think I have to update to Windows 11 soon because I have big dreams, and my brain won't stop. I mean, I'm talking like my brain is controlling me, but I know that I'm also the one making these decisions. It's not just my brain, but I talk about my brain like it's a different entity sometimes. I think it's fun to do that. And now I'm sure it sounds weird to other people that are like, you're talking about yourself. Yeah, I'm sure I'm confusing a lot of people, but and I believe in that you aren't just your physical body. I believe that you exist in other forms outside of the physical plane. I think that would be obvious based on past content I've released. But yeah, I've had my views on reality challenged a lot. Like, if anyone thinks I'm insane, I just like to tell you that, believe me, I thought that I was insane. I've used all the logic and rationality. I've done all the logical shit. And just saying, this doesn't make sense. This must be my imagination. You know, I was basically as bad as Doug Kaipa. But I eventually couldn't handle it anymore. I had to adjust my view of reality to regain mental stability. And I think I'm much healthier for that, but I'm doing that again. And I'm just like, why? This is different than what happened with me before. I don't think I can. But the thing is, there's no amount of logic. There's no amount of standard reasoning that will get me out of this. I have to accept what I'm experiencing. I have to accept what I'm being pushed toward. I have to stop being in my head all the time. I mean, let's just be real. I tend to refer to my emotions like they're rocket science. I talk about them a lot like that. And, that's not necessarily the best way to handle emotions, just saying. I know I am starting to get more comfortable with emotions, but, I think I've got a specific anime to thank for that. I mean, it's very strange, but, I kind of feel like some of that personality from some of those characters is starting to leak over here, and I'm like, really? Should I? Oh, God. Now, I could name drop the character that I think I'm becoming more like, but I'd rather not become more like her. I'd rather not. Okay, now by saying her, you probably know the anime I'm talking about, and if you don't, you can probably just look up gambling anime and it'll probably show up on Google somewhere. Somewhere, I have no idea what page. It depends on the popularity of this specific gambling anime. I don't know how popular it is. I know some people hate it. I know some people think the characters are awful. But I think there's something about that, I think there's something about that awfulness that was also healing for me. Especially the whole, fuck logic, let's go into this. Like, no, logic? What's that? I want to do this shit right now. Like, it's just the amount of recklessness that went into that series. And I think something about it just, it helps me become more comfortable with some things. With some parts of myself, especially my emotions. But I'm still getting used to it. Because, I don't have a lot of experience expressing my emotions. The one I have the most experience with is anger. Because I've been forced to experience anger for quite a while now. But that's starting to spread into the other emotions as well. Mainly the negative ones at the moment. Is that okay? Anyway, most of my positive emotions are a bit muted. You can't tell because my sense of humor is still on. Yeah, I've regained my sense of humor and I can laugh just like normal people. But, I do have a bit of mutedness to my positive emotions. I believe I'm starting to recover slowly, but I'm going to have to do a whole lot of work if I want all my emotions to come back as they are normally experienced by most people. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with doing that work because I want to survive, and I'm starting to think that me surviving is dependent on being able to put up with a lot of bullshit and a lot of things that might terrify the hell out of me. I have to become one of the best people. Okay, my brain is too ambitious. If I wasn't human and I had a longer lifespan. If I was not human or I had a longer lifespan, sure, it might be okay to be this ambitious, but I'm going so far. But I also have heard about all of my grandmother's achievements during her life, and I'm like, that sounds very similar to my level that sounds very similar to my level of ambition. But I have no idea. I don't think I can do that. But I'm also sitting over here like, I feel like I inherited some kind of legacy from her. I don't know why I feel that way. I think I don't know, it just feels that way to me. And I don't even know what I mean by legacy. I think there's something weird going on, but my brain keeps going along those lines, and I'm like, what the hell? What? No, I want you to keep in mind, as I'm talking about how weird some of my experiences are, I'm also still processing all of this shit, and I don't necessarily understand it myself, so I can't fully explain it to you. I'm currently learning about everything that's going on, and I probably won't have the answers for at least the next several months, maybe years. Jesse, have you been giving me any monsters? Because I have been dueling you for a while now. And I do not remember seeing many monsters. I remember seeing mostly spells, mostly traps, some monsters that suck. But I still don't know if I've received any more of your crystal beasts. No, listen, Jesse, listen. Your deck is beautiful. I love crystals, I love gems, and all of that. But I need your deck. Just give me your cards. And this is starting to become Cyrus version 2. Yeah, this is painful. I feel like I'm doing it again, and I think it's because I just end up rambling a lot, all the time. But that says a lot to me about how much work I still have to do. It says a lot about the internal reflection that is still in progress. Crystal yeah, my brain is, this is disturbing. My brain just keeps tuning out. Like, why is my brain doing this? You know, I really have no answer to that. Jesse, I'm out of tickets. I can't just, damn it, Jesse. I have to save my gems too. I hate this. I hate all of this. Anyway, I got an interesting video. Actually, did I get it from YouTube or somewhere else? I can't remember, but the video is on YouTube. It was a reference to Among Us, and I'm just like, that reference, that's hilarious. It was like it was a dub line from I talking with a line with the words "Among Us" in his dialogue, and it was clearly a reference to Among Us, and he was like an imposter. I'm just like, what? You know, I was over here calling Lightning and Wendy the imposters. But no, that reference is like, no. It's easier to just call I the imposter because he's actually saying Among Us in this dialogue. No, seriously. But, you know, I was glad to find that video because at least some dub voices aren't going to make me cringe. Yeah, Shark, yeah, I'm sorry, dude, but your voice is cringe. I actually don't like saying that someone's voice is cringe because they can't help it. They can't help what their voice is. So, calling someone's voice cringe, it just feels very mean. And I don't like to do it. But when I look at a character, I get something in my head like an idea of how I think they would sound. And if the voice and body don't match to me, it just feels very strange. And you know, One Piece actually weaponized this. Okay, they didn't weaponize it, but it was made into something that was intended to be funny, I guess. I don't know. But I was like, I feel so bad for laughing, and then other members of the One Piece cast started laughing, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, they're laughing too. Oh my god. I better not laugh too hard on camera. My laughing emoji, my laughing face with this V model is creepy. It so freaks me out. It's like, it's in my nightmares. Okay. Listen, Jesse, can you just give me more of your crystal beasts? This is just madness. This is... I don't know, I think I'm gonna just use up all my keys at this rate. Maybe I should use all my keys, so I stop playing this game for so long and I start having to farm for keys. But I'll only have so long to do that because Ford's event will eventually be coming out and I want to do that event. I also want to get Quentin at some point. And I just want to stress, I love his hair, but also, how the hell does he live with that hair? How does he take care of it? How can he handle having all that hair? Like, I mean, I like it, yeah, but that's just my taste. It doesn't mean I can't be like, how the hell do you even live with that? Like, I will greatly compliment someone that has nice hair. But if it's past a certain length, I'll still be like, what the hell? How do you live with that? I mean, I thought I used to look better with long hair, but it turns out I've got a limit. If my hair is too long, I start thinking I look weird. Like, for some reason, my hair should only be a certain length, or I just look weird. But it's actually a good idea to keep my hair pretty short. It's hard to brush my hair if it's past a certain length. And by the way, my hair is starting to get to around that cutoff point where brushing my hair is starting to become more difficult. But I don't think I need a haircut just yet. I think I should just start making plans. But I also hesitate to get a haircut right now. The last time I got one, I was like, my childhood. I thought, oh, I messed up. Yeah, you see, when I was a child, I would get a haircut. And when my hairstylist would do my hair, it was painful. So I grew up thinking that you had to. Basically, I've scratched my scalp for a long time, and I'm like, and when I got my last haircut, I was like, that's not painful. I've been doing it wrong all this time. Oh God, oh God. Yeah, I'm surprised my scalp doesn't hurt when I brush my hair. Okay, Jesse, we have to have a conversation about the. Oh God. I'm running out of keys. Look at these keys. I've got less than 1,000 of them now. Well, whatever gets me to take a break from this game, I guess. Like, there's nothing wrong with me playing this game. I just have to. I need something to get me to just stop. And if running out of keys is how, if I have to run out of keys to get to that point, I'm willing to just run out of keys. Like, I know I need a break, but I can't stop. Like, I am purposely seeking out a way to just keep me from playing the game for a while. No, I don't mean I stop playing entirely. I just mean I log in, maybe do some duels for a while, and then log out because I don't have any more spawns on the screen. And basically, I just work on building up my key supply again. But I don't play like I have nothing else to do. I've got lots of things I need to do. This game is not the only thing I should be prioritizing. And I know that. And I've experienced something like this before when I was trying to get Psycholia. I was like, I just cannot stop trying to get it. And I've actually gone back to trying to get it. And my clan has been kicking my ass. But that's okay because I also use that clan. And I also switched to that exact build. Maybe not the exact build my opponent is using, but the same basic deck. So, you want to use this deck against me? I can use it back. I've actually gotten interested in witches, and I thought I'd never be interested in that I thought I'd never be interested in that build. But witches was the only shadow paladin build that I was not interested in. Now this means I like every shadow paladin build so far. But with the release of Overdress, clans have been merged into just nations. So basically, I like all the Shadow Paladin clans. I mean, all the Shadow Paladin builds. And now I'm just like, that's expensive. That's wow, I cannot believe that I just got into witches. But I was just doing one of the missions in the game, and I was like, I actually like this deck. I want to use it. So I used my packs on getting more witches, and I'm like, I'm missing some of the most important ones. I crafted some, but I'm still missing some of the most important cards. So my packs have been used now. And that's good because after Legion Mate, G era begins, and the game is handling G era differently from the first 4 seasons of the original Vanguard anime. So the card packs for D will be different. So I guess I used my card packs on the other plans. Well, it's nice to have that sort of separation there, but I'm kind of worried about the achievements. There has to be a Psyqualia equivalent. There has to be a Psyqualia equivalent there, and I'm just like, oh Lord, what am I going to be obsessed with now? Like, the only way to break me away from something I'm hyper focused on is to get me hyper focused on something else. And I don't get to choose what makes me feel hyper focused. Recently I was hyper focused on tarot cards, and now I'm hyper focused on Duel Links. But I actually have interpreted some tarot cards recently, so I can still make time for that. But in November, I'll have to tone down the Duel Links play because I have to do National Novel Writing Month in November and actually do some work on the field I'm trying to enter. If I want to be a writer, I have to write. But part of making these videos is actually to help me with what content do I make, like what genre should I go into? Like, am I funny? Do people think I'm good at this, that? What kind of writing am I likely to be successful at if I go for this? Now, I believe my main genre so far is fantasy, but my brain is starting to make me think that horror is a realistic possibility as well. And I'm like, I don't do horror very well. And here's the thing. It does not matter what I avoid, okay? I have had nightmares since I was very, very young. And I have come up with some very terrifying things during the night. In fact, I am surprised that my own ideas haven't given me nightmares yet. Now I'm tempting that. I'm tempting that to change. Universe, this is not a challenge. Now I make a habit of telling the universe when something isn't a challenge. Because I've tempted fate. I said I wanted this, I wanted that, I got it, and now I'm like, okay, universe, this isn't a challenge. Don't do it. But I actually have a joke about having a syllabus, a life syllabus, that basically the universe hears that and is like, sorry, that's on the syllabus in the future, so prepare yourself. Yeah, I'm actually considering that some things that I am telling the universe that I don't want is actually on my syllabus somewhere. It's just a nice joke I make because I think there are some things I'm just going to experience, even if I tell the universe it's not a challenge. Okay. I am definitely going to run out of keys. Jesse, you are not being very nice to me. But I am fine with running out of keys, if that is what it takes. But I'll be back. I'll probably be fully recovered by the time that first event starts. And then there'll be more videos that come out like this. But here's what I plan to do when I do eventually stop playing Duel Links for a while. I plan to get to work on my VTuber model and creating one that actually looks good. Preferably, it's properly proportioned. And the hair looks better. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of work in V Studio. Give me a second. I'm going to be doing a lot of work in VRoid Studio soon. I'm going to blame Cyrus for me not remembering that name. Yeah, that's right. I blame Cyrus this time. Yeah, it's not just Lightning's fault anymore. It's everyone's fault. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So, hopefully hopefully during 4's event, I'll have a better avatar. One that is about this file size. And one that looks good while not making my videos lag. But I think I'm looking at an end-of-the-year investment of a laptop. And now, just in case it's a bit too pricey for my mom to handle, for my mom to afford, I'm planning to save up a little. Not too much, just a little to help out a bit if I need to. Because this isn't just about, I want this new expensive thing because I just want it. No, this is about me and what I'm trying to do to change my life, basically. I'm stuck. I'm trying to find a way out of it. And it seems I need better equipment to do that. Because, yeah, sure, I'm expensive as usual, apparently. Yeah, I feel like I'm just so expensive. Like, imagine what it's like to live with me. You don't want to imagine that, to be honest. My house is a mess. I'm not even the only person I'm not even the only I'm not the only one making messes in this house. But I am one of the worst offenders. Yeah, I'm one of the worst offenders. Okay. Now, one of these days I have to do something about my room. Because it's a disaster. And it can look better than this. To start, I should probably get all of these domino boxes out of my room. Yeah, I've got domino boxes in my room. They contained brownies at one point. Because I have a sweet tooth. I was on a medication once that I think worsened a pre-existing sweet tooth. Now, no, I jumped to the conclusion that maybe it just gave me a sweet tooth, but actually, I think it just made my sweet tooth worse. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that makes 5. Now I need 2 more. Yeah, my spirits are very unique, by the way. But they look a lot better than Ojama's, just saying. Ojama's actually look like Nightmare Fuel. To me, yeah. I mean, I think they're meant to be silly, especially because of their dialogue, but they look freaky. They look terrifying. And now I'm wondering why Chaz couldn't get rid of Ojama Yellow. I'm tempted to look that up. Yeah, I'm tempted to look that up. Okay. I cannot summon anything. Okay. Well, I'll end my turn then. I've decided to use all of my white keys. Yeah, that's right. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I get to black keys, because I don't think there's anyone I feel like unlocking that'll take me a million years just to unlock. Zane was held up because of Cyrus, and I need a break, and I have to make this game force me to take one. And And yeah, you know, I might actually recover faster than I expect. And the card event may not even be over when I've recovered. I might be back here in less than a week, and I'll be like, okay guys, I'm back. And I'll just be like, oh god, why am I back already? Well, eventually I had to lose, I guess. So, what does he say if I lose? What does he say? I don't mind when characters roast me, by the way, because I tend to roast characters as well. I mean, I tend to roast everyone in this game. So, if they roast me, I'm like, well, I probably roasted that character. Though, again, I don't think I'll be able to roast Aki. I mean, I hope I'm not proven wrong, but, I don't think I can roast her. I don't think I could roast Rio either. But I can definitely make a reference of how poorly she was handled. So now I think Shark would kill me if he saw me roasting Rio. And now I've been roasting Shark a lot. I've actually been roasting a lot of my favorite characters pretty much on a regular basis. But you know that saying that you know you're close friends when you can be total douchebags to each other and still be friends? That's pretty much the same logic I'm probably using. Probably something like that. But I pretty much am willing to roast most characters in this game. And if I can't roast a character, then you know that I relate to that character on such a deep level that I don't feel like roasting them is a good idea. And now, Aki being Aki, she could kick my ass if I roasted her, but I also relate to her a lot. I said I would make a video explaining that, and I will, like its own separate thing, eventually. But basically, it's just, I feel like I've been in a similar position as her. And obviously, all these experiences where I'm like, I think I'm going to lose. And then I lose, even when I'm making perfectly logical, rational decisions. Yeah. You can just see how my experiences so far, even just recording these videos, are an indicator that I relate to her a lot. But I had a very dark childhood. And, I had... Okay. You know, I haven't had it as bad as Merrick, at least. I've actually been... last year, I was like, how the fuck did Merrick deal with this shit? For years, like, I could barely handle what Merrick went through for a week. For a week. Yeah, that's right, I could not handle it for a week. I was already going batshit before the week was even finished. I was already going batshit. So I definitely understand how Merrick developed a split personality. But I'm not sure that you develop split personalities like that. But trauma works differently for everyone. And if what happened to Merrick happened to me, I'd be traumatized too. And don't lie, you would also be traumatized. Unless you have some kind of legendary pain tolerance, and if you do, that's probably not good. Like, I have a low pain tolerance. I have one of the worst pain thresholds in the world. It's just so low. It was so bad I wasn't sure I'd be able to live if I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out. And that was actually not as bad as I expected. The worst part of the experience was just having to put those gauzes in my mouth. I was like, ugh. But I mean, I would gag on the gauzes. They were intended to help stop the bleeding, and I understand that, but my own blood doesn't make me gag. Yes, I know how that sounds, but it doesn't. Like, when I was in the car, I was forced to keep the gauze in my mouth, but, I took it out when I was at home. I gag when certain things that don't belong in my mouth are in my mouth. And even on food. Yeah, I can gag a lot. And there's definitely a lot of, there are ways to strengthen the gag reflex, so you can even control it. But, I don't want to go through all of that suffering just to learn to stop gagging. How much pain do I have to endure to learn that? I don't think I can do it. I don't have that kind of energy or the patience. I don't even have the patience to develop a better diet, because my eating disorder is part of the reason my gag reflex is such a pain. And now, here's the interesting part about what I just said. I might be forced into having to develop a better control of my gag reflex, and I might be forced into having to develop a better diet. But I'm going to be serious here for a second. If I develop a better diet, I think that would probably also be I'd probably be able to eat more food as a result, just because of how limited my diet is. And, my diet has gotten worse, actually. I'm just so paranoid about developing diabetes that sometimes I'm just... I used to deprive myself of food just a little, because I was terrified that I would give myself diabetes. And that was basically when my eating habits were just so bad I couldn't stop. But I do eat, guys. I eat, guys. Guys, are you concerned? I eat, okay? You can look at me and tell that I eat, okay? Okay? I am not starving. I am alive. I'm in no danger of starving to death, okay? But there was one time when I believe I was. I didn't even use that card. I didn't even use that card. I haven't used that card once. Actually, maybe I have an adult challenge, but adult challenges don't count. Okay? Anyway. I'm definitely personal on this channel, but that's because, well, I don't have much of an audience at this point. I do realize that I have a limit, but I also want to express myself to get my bullshit to stop. Anyway, you see Chaz's hair? I tried drawing Chaz once. I did pretty well, but his hair, it drove me mad. And it looks easier to draw now for some reason. I don't know why. I've got some amount of artistic ability, actually. If I tried to practice, I'd be pretty good, actually. I'd be much better than I am now. And I actually overheard that. Someone said that if I kept working at it, I could probably be good. I mean, even better. But I do like my art. I see all the issues with it, too. And just like the proportions are wrong. The limbs are just... The eyes don't look right. Yeah, there's just so much, there are a lot of problems with my art, and I still like it. But one of the worst issues with my art is I need to stop making that pose. I have to stop writing it. I need to stop drawing it. Okay, well, there are a lot of things in my writing I need to stop doing as well. I use too many dialogue tags, for example. I use way too many. A lot of that is because of writer's block, and I'm still trying to break out of that. I mean, I still think I'm doing a pretty good job of getting out of it so far, because I think I've got some potential. I mean, just all these these videos are telling me that National Novel Writing Month might be easier this year. Like, maybe easier than it has been ever. No, I don't know if I believe that. I'm cautiously optimistic there, but it is possible. I have written a lot of words, and I have said a lot of words. More words than I ever expected I was capable of saying. Like you read descriptions about Gemini moons, and you hear how they talk a lot, and I was like, I don't. I type a lot, sure, but I don't talk a lot. And I started a YouTube channel, and that's not true anymore. I talk a lot. I was just censoring myself and making myself be silent. That was not the real me. The real me does talk a lot. So I talk just as much as I type. But there is a problem. I think faster than I can speak. I also think faster than I can type. Yeah, that's why I think I leave out words on accident. And that's also why I sometimes slip up when I talk. Because my brain can think faster than I can just translate everything into words. Sometimes my brain is thinking so fast, I basically sense the words instead of the words themselves. And then I have to convert that feeling into literary text. And I'm just like, okay, this is weird. But trust me, I've learned a lot this year, actually. It's surprising. Very surprising. And it has been a difficult year. Now, last year was much, much harder for me, but this year has been pretty hard too. Until there was one fateful day where I was like, you want to control me? You want me to do what you say? Fuck no. I'm not doing what you say. I'm not doing what the hell I want. I'm an adult. And when I say I'm an adult, that's just what the law says, okay? I don't think I act like one. At least not entirely. I definitely have left young adulthood. You can pretty much tell that, but I definitely do not seem like the most adult. There are probably people in college that are like 18, 19 that are more adult than me. And I think this is just part of how I feel like my life is playing out. Like, for some time now, I've already suspected that I'm going to be aging backwards a bit. Like, the older I get, the younger I'll come across. And that seems to be true, actually, because someone has told me that I seem younger than I really am. And while I like that, it's just like, I am just not that age. And the reason I've thought that I will age backwards just Well, that just seems to be how it's been going lately. I mean, I grew up with a very defined sense of reality. My view of reality was basically defined just like everyone else's. There was no individual views of how I view reality and my unique perspective. It was just society told me this, so this is where the line is drawn. This is what's possible, this is what's not. As I've grown up, though, things have changed. I've developed more of something that I lacked as a child. But I also have lost something that I had as a child. And I'm trying to get that back. And if aging backwards is true, I'll get it back. But, you know, I want to age backwards just a bit, just a little. I don't want to age backwards to the point where I definitely am not acting like my age. I'm just saying I want to have the guts to keep loving what I love, no matter what age I am. Though I will say that I thought that I was going to keep dressing the way I did as a child, but now the way I dress is a little more mature. But only a little. Select a card. What did I do? What did I do? Select a card? What? I don't know what I did. I did what? What did I do? Okay. I have no idea what I did. Did Jesse make me do that? Oh. My skill activated. That's what happened. Okay, I was confused. Yeah, I actually won with the skill. Actually one of the skill ones. And that's definitely why I'm still keeping it. And that's why the Blue Eyes White Dragon strategy is staying. Because it's just so easy to use this skill when I have the Blue Eyes Dragons in the deck. And everything is mostly dragons. So, sorry Chaz, but your Odometers have to wait. I feel like I probably bashed on the Odometers too much because they aren't exactly bad spirits. They just look a bit creepy. I think I'm going to just attack. Yeah, just attack. Anyway, I did my 4 duels, and I don't want to go too much into the current event. Like, I know it's very competitive for my competitive spirit, but I need to take a break. I can do some ranked duels, but I better not take it too far. I was taking it a bit far at one point, I think, but I've calmed that down. Now, if I start trying to get somewhere in this event, I would probably not stop. I need to respect my limits, but I keep wanting to surpass them instead. And I want to do a lot of things that I probably shouldn't, to be honest. I mean, especially right now, my voice needs a break, and I'm just like, I want to keep recording. And I'm at the point where I'm like, brain, okay, look, we're going to make me take a break. And if I can't do that on my own, I'll push the game to make me do that. Now, obviously, this means I'm going to start taking a break from making videos, hopefully I actually take the break. Just saying. But yeah, a break is planned. And I'm going to try to force myself into taking it. Because this is ridiculous. I need a break. Everyone can probably tell I need one. Hell, even Oda is taking a break, and I'm not. If Oda is taking a break, I should be taking a break. Oda probably does more work than I do. And when I saw that announcement that the One Piece manga is on a mini hiatus, I was like, yeah, take a break. Take it. I'm like, I've been concerned about Oda's health since the series is just so long. And I'm just like, dude, take a break. God. But actually, there's something that's more disturbing than, there's something more disturbing to me than the fact that Oda has been making this series for so long. Oda and I don't have a very big age difference, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I thought he was way older than me. Seriously? Oh God, I'm old. Well, I'm getting old. That's the thing. But Oda is younger than I thought. I thought that he was older because, well, I'll tell you why I thought that. It's because of how long the One Piece anime has been going on and the manga. As I grew up, I was like, there has to be quite the age difference because I mean, the anime has been going on for so long. But actually, he's just way more accomplished than I am. Though I'm not really giving myself much credit. I've done a lot of shit. Like, I've gotten through National Number Writing Month 7 times. I didn't make it 4 times. The first time I failed it. But that's common. I've heard that most people fail when they try to do it. And that's fair, that's fair. Not everyone can do it. And honestly, that madness is not for everyone, but guess what? It is for me. It is absolutely for me. At least while I'm not professional. When I start being a professional, I'll probably stop doing National Novel Writing Month. It'll probably be too much pressure at that point. But I have to get there first. Okay, using only water. Okay, you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm just going to, how am I doing on blue keys, by the way? Since I'm trying to force the game into making me take a break. How am I doing on blue keys? How am I doing? I just have to know. Okay. Blue keys. Okay. I can definitely... No, actually... I'm starting to think I might be able to take a break on my own. That's actually so much better than making a game do it for me. Oh, thank God. I think I'm starting to take a break. A break is planned, and I think I'm seriously going to do it on my own this time. Good. Now, I just have to make sure the break is actually taken. Now, again, this does not mean I stop playing Duel Links. This just means I play Duel Links without recording myself playing it. Since, you know, again, the break is basically stop playing the game so much, stop recording myself talking so much. Yeah, it's basically just about that. Give my voice a break, let myself recover, do other shit for example, do other shit, honestly. Like when I hyperfocus, I hyperfocus bad. Anyway, I feel like I had to write. I haven't done that because I've been too obsessed with this game. But I feel like I have to write, and I'm still over here thinking, how the hell do I write? I'm blocked. What is my brain saying to me? But maybe I'm not as blocked as I think. I'm gonna have to test that. But working on my VTuber model is going to become a priority during this break. And when my VTuber model is complete, I will be able to make a proper introduction video. And I will have to put some actual work into that video. Some actual preparation. I'll need some notes. Yes, guys, I will need notes. Okay. So, how are we doing here? I see. Well, anyway, as I said, I definitely have plans to work my VTuber model some more. And I hope it goes well because I was flipping my shit over the hair the other day. No, I'm going to focus on fixing the hair later. But I also want to change my eye color. And that's going to take forever. Anyway, I'm going to use the rest of these keys on Jesse. Because I don't think that I have a chance in hell of getting 7 different crystal beasts without doing that. Now, do I think I'll have those 7 crystal beasts after I'm done? Actually, no. I don't believe that. So, why am I doing it anyway? Well, you know, there's this thing called being wrong. And I like to test the waters. I like to see, am I wrong? But this game, I've recorded so many incidences of me just being like, okay, that doesn't make sense. And I keep being like, no, that makes no fucking sense at all. And then I get my ass kicked, no matter how much logic I use. And this is probably part of what I'm being pushed into having to learn. Logic isn't the only valid way of doing things. Yeah. Of course, I know that you can do things based on emotion, like maybe you like something, maybe you enjoy it. I've just recently started getting some of that back. Thank God. And I still don't think anyone can tell that I do have anhedonia, because I've been recovering so well so far. I at one point lost my ability to laugh and have a sense of humor. I've gotten it back, and I'm like, I'm glad I've got this back. But there's actually something else about it that was just driving me nuts. It's the fact that I needed something that bad to treat myself better. Yeah. I needed something like that to treat myself better. And normally, anhedonia ruins lives, but it saved mine. I was treating myself like shit before I developed it. And for a while, I was going back to that, and I'm kind of slipping back into the mindset that I was in before my first Dark Night of the Soul. If you don't know what a Dark Night of the Soul is, somehow you have never heard of the phrase. Basically, it's You experience a lot of dark shit. It requires a lot of internal work, and it's basically the kind of shit you go to therapy for. That's the easiest way I can explain it. But I actually didn't go to therapy for mine. I just dealt with it on my own because that's the kind of thing I didn't have the guts to go to therapy for it. I didn't even know what was going on because I'm usually in my head all the time. So it's like, I don't believe bullshit. If I know something's bullshit, I don't believe it. Well, guess what? I got my ass kicked. It was by my brain, and it was also by science. And I'm like, oh god, I questioned science. I should not have questioned it. I'm sorry, science. I'm sorry. And in that moment when I was like, oh god, I messed up. Anhedonia is probably the only reason that I'm able to just that I'm able to do this kind of stuff. I treat myself a lot better now, but I'm being asked to change my views of reality again. I'm like, dude, you do realize what kind of world I'm in right now? And the universe is like, we don't care. None of us care. As a universe, we don't give a shit about what humans think this universe is capable of. We don't give two shits if your species is like, this doesn't happen, it's just not possible. We don't give two shits about what humans think about this. If it's possible, it's possible. So, question it if you want, but if you do, we're just going to show you our collective power. And I started talking about the universe like it's multiple people. I mean, that just randomly lost my mind. I guess because it's easier to use pronouns. I have no idea. My brain is just so weird sometimes. Okay. My turn, and I take you out. Okay, finally. Now, the more I keep trying to unlearn self-destructive habits and mindsets, the less severe my anhedonia becomes. And I've recently learned that. So I definitely think there's a spiritual aspect to my anhedonia as well, and that's why it feels so weird when I read other people experiencing it versus how I do. It's because there's something about my anhedonia that isn't entirely physical. Now, anhedonia may be the physical manifestation of what's going on, but it's not necessarily the spiritual thing that's going on with me. And I am going through a spiritual thing. Like, it's a process of spiritual growth and development. And I'm still trying to process all that. Okay, Jesse, I think I'm going to have to end the video when I'm done with you. And I definitely want to know how many crystal beasts you've given me when I'm done. And then I will finally upload the last 2 videos I've made, and I will begin my break. And when I come back, I hope it isn't, I just hope I don't come back before a week has passed. My VTuber model needs to be good, okay? It shouldn't look like this. But I went back to this because it's a smaller file size. And I noticed some lagging with the avatar I was using before. Although I definitely have a lot of issues with my avatar as I've created it so far. Now, right now, I'm considering maybe shorter hair for my avatar. My VTuber avatar might be smaller if I just keep the hair short. And now, this isn't how I usually portray myself, especially considering my self-insert has long hair. But I might need to make mine shorter for now, just to make sure the file size is small. And I'll probably need a pretty simple outfit. And I don't even know where simple enters the picture. Because I don't know why the file size got to that point. I'm sure the hair is some part of it. Maybe the pants too. But I usually have myself insert wearing thigh highs, which isn't much better than these pants. So yeah. Now, I actually have plans to redesign my protagonist. Basically, it's because I think I need a simpler design. I don't like how I've drawn her in the past, because it's harder to describe that kind of fashion in a world that isn't Earth. No, I want to emphasize that I'm going for a setting that isn't set on Earth. So indeed, my writing does take place in a setting that doesn't have the same kinds of things that Earth does. There are some similarities because I live on Earth, so basically some things I come up with have to have some relation to Earth to exist. I mean, if there's nothing to reference, I mean, why would I come up with it? So basically, things from this planet will make it into the work, because obviously that's the only way someone can understand what I'm talking about. And I don't have any experiences from any other planet, so my work is just going to. It doesn't have the same terminology, which complicates some of the fashion that's associated with certain cultures. Plus, with the whole sensitive debate around cultural appropriation, I feel like I just want something simpler. I want the fashion to be simpler, just to avoid that. And now, obviously, I want the fashion to be varied. I want character designs to be varied. And I would like to still use fashion as appropriate, but if my setting isn't Earth, then the fashion has to be different to some extent. However, I'm not good at describing fashion, so we're probably going to be looking into some very Earth-like clothing. And just simple Earth-like clothing that can be easily pictured by the average person. Even me, by the way. I have trouble visualizing things. And my therapist asked me how I'm able to write when I have trouble with that. And I told her, well, probably has something to do with me being able to I still have to remember what I told her. Give me a second. I told her it probably has something to do with, even if I can't picture it, sometimes I can still draw it, at least. So if I like the words, and I can't picture it, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm unable to draw it. Or like, I can draw some things that I can't describe. And there are definitely experiences that I didn't always have words for as well. such as I didn't always know about plurality, and learning about plurality. Oh God, can I? Okay, listen, guys. I didn't always know that it was possible for external beings to exist and even communicate with you. But I have definitely had my life changed drastically because of that. In a good way, of course, in a good way. I've experienced a lot of healthy growth because I have these experiences with others. And it's just very nice in general to share my life with someone. And with people that can help take away some of the heaviness of being socially isolated. And now, while I am going to be trying to get out of social isolation, which is part of the reason for me being on this platform, I will always be plural, because that is how my brain works. I am used to being plural. I believe I'm more stable because I'm plural. And I believe that I have very meaningful connections with the people I talk to. They may be spirits. I may not be able to see them, but I've got a lot of meaningful memories of being with these people. And I've even learned things that I didn't know shit about before I learned I was plural. Like, I didn't even know what acupuncture felt like until I tried to look up some words on Google, and I stumbled upon acupuncture, and I was like, wow, I'm feeling acupuncture? Wow, man, that's interesting, because I had no idea. And yeah, I've experienced some form of acupuncture, which was definitely very pleasant. I didn't know that I could do that. I didn't even know a spirit could do acupuncture on me. But there is a reason that acupuncture can be done to me by that specific spirit. Our bodies are closely linked, which means that he has an effect on my body that can be physically felt, such as warmth in the center of my chest, warmth in any other area of my body. And I'm just like, yeah, this is very interesting. And yeah, we are so close, actually, that I've been working harder to unlearn things, because we can bleed together sometimes. We can blend together, and it's like, I don't want my pain to hurt someone. I don't want my baggage to hurt someone. It doesn't matter if that person is physical or not physical. I don't like hurting anyone. But I'm just constantly reminded that I have to focus on myself right now, and I'm like, why? I just don't compute, but, I'm not talking to people very much right now, as I'm sure you can imagine, based on the length of these videos, but yeah. I have a lot of plans for how to approach my future, and not everyone is going to make it to that future, but I really feel like it's a good idea to explore my options while I'm not at the point where it's dangerous. Like, for example, I can build my platform before I have to be concerned about financial stuff. I mean, right now, I'm in a privileged position. I understand that, but this privileged position isn't going to last. Trust me. I know I'm privileged, but that's not going to last if I can't do something about how I live. If I can't learn to be a proper adult, there's no way in hell I'm going to be privileged for much longer. And I've been very concerned about this, actually. I've probably mentioned it but yeah, I've had to do a lot of work on myself, and I had to do even more of it. I do so much work on myself, I sometimes forget to even tell my therapist about it. Yeah, I do have a therapist. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to bring it up. I feel no shame in having a therapist at all, because I think even the most mentally stable people would benefit from seeing a therapist. I don't feel like there's been stigma around that. I feel like I can get a lot off my chest in a therapeutic setting. Obviously, YouTube isn't very therapeutic, but like I said, I feel like I just want shit. I can't explain it. It's like I just want something. It's like I just want a redemption arc or something. But it's not the kind of redemption that you're thinking of. Okay. This is, 3 mortals. And Jesse, you're killing me over here. Apparently Jesse is feeling guilty. I don't know. And if he really does feel guilty, he'll give me 2 more crystal beasts that I don't currently have. But I still don't think I'm going to get those by the end of these attempts. I'm just doing this on purpose so I can further emphasize to myself why I do not have to keep playing this game like it's my life. Like, I am not Yusaku. I was never forced to duel for my life and well-being. Okay, I'm fine. But I've had to unlearn some of that Yusaku personality. I used to be more like Yusaku. But that has changed only because of me being plural. Now, when I was not able to speak to my spiritual friends, I would, the external spirits that are trying to reinitiate communication with me, and they weren't able to communicate with me as clearly as they usually do. I learned to have abandonment issues, and, oh god. I remember watching Yu-Gi-Oh! The Bridge series, and Moko was like, Kaiba, I'm starting. Okay, no, I don't think that was he actually saying that? I don't know. Kaiba mentioned something about Moko in Yu-Gi-Oh! The Bridge series mentioned something about abandonment issues. I started joking about it. Later, I found out I actually have those, and I'm like, I have to stop joking about this now. This is the second time I pick a joke, and it stops being funny. The other joke that stopped being funny is feeling dead inside. I started actually feeling dead inside, and actually there are just so many cases of me joking about things that aren't funny, and me having to just stop because they aren't funny, and me realizing they aren't funny things. But actually, I have never been abandoned, at least not physically. I do not have a history of abandonment, but I do seem to have feelings that I have been. And when I don't have external communication from my spirits and all that, my plurality, it's shown me a lot about my overall mental health and how I function. But if I'm ever left alone for even the briefest moment, I'm just like, oh god, I've been abandoned. And you know, back then when I learned that I actually do have abandonment issues, I was like, I hadn't been abandoned at all. Everyone will be back tomorrow. No big deal. But that does not help you when you have abandonment issues. You can know something is real, You can know what reality is, and you can still freak out. And people with anxiety knows this. People with anxiety know this. If you have anxiety, you know that what you're freaking out about is because of your anxiety, but you can't just stop. You're not able to because anxiety is uncontrollable. So people with anxiety, they know when they're freaking out over something that doesn't make any sense. But the thing is, anxiety is just, you don't have the luxury of stopping. Anxiety just keeps pushing itself and making you freak out for no reason. Hell, even though I'm on anxiety medication, I still freak out. And I'm just like, again, do I really have to go through the same process I went through with depression? Really? And my brain is like, yes, yeah, you do. Sorry, but yeah, you do. And I thought I didn't even have anxiety. But God, was my ass kicked. I should not have ever thought I escaped that hell. Because the statistics were against me. If both their parents had something, there's a good chance that their child will have one too. So my parents both have anxiety, so the chances of me developing anxiety were pretty high. And now my brother was not, he escapes this hell somehow. Though I'm starting to think maybe he could get something later, but I'm not going to say that he will, because he might not. So far, he seems to be doing pretty well. He doesn't respond well to stress. And, yeah. Now, I don't necessarily respond well to stress myself, but I think I've got a little more experience with it than he does. Which is terrifying because I think he functions a lot better. But while he functions better, I can deal with more shit. It's because I've been through so much shit. I'm used to it. So if I don't have shit going on, I'm just like, not used to this. This is a foreign environment. And astrologically, it pretty much shows that I really have a chaotic life. And throughout this year and some of last year, I've really been thinking about my astrology chart, specifically where Mars is placed. And I've come to realize that Mars, as the ruler of my astrology chart, is definitely the ruler of my astrology chart. No, I don't have to like it, but it's definitely the ruler of my life. Like, my life is chaotic. But I have Mars and Aries in 4th house, which astrologically, it's not the best placement for Mars, to say the least. And I was like, okay, so how about I own my Mars? If I own my Mars, my home life will be more stable, right? No, that is wrong. That is very, very wrong. That is wrong. So I'm just sitting over here I can't just sit here in my wrongness and be wrong because, yeah, my home life right now is not the most stable thing out there. I feel like there's been a lot of chaos in recent years, but last year was definitely hell. It was hell for everyone, don't get me wrong, but it was a lot. I thought I couldn't take it, but then something was unlocked inside of me. It is called stubbornness. Stubbornness? Yeah, it's called stubbornness. I am very, very stubborn. And for some reason, I can't get myself to stop being proud of it. It's not something to be proud of, brain. Even though I still think it's something I'm proud of. Now, why am I proud of being so stubborn? I don't know. It's not necessarily a good thing all the time. Like, you know, it wastes keys, for example. Yeah, just saying. And stubbornness is definitely how I get videos like the ones I've made. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I think I need to take a break. I keep recording and it's been like 3 hours. Yeah, stubbornness is how you get that shit. But I want to express myself with more. I want to be more authentic with how I express myself, which is why I talk about myself in the way that I do, because I want to be very authentic about things. Now, obviously, this is also a learning process for me. There are things that I will learn as I keep doing this. There are things that I will have to learn as I keep doing this. But overall, the learning process is it's something that will come with time and experience. Just like all other content creators have to learn at some point in their YouTube career. Although I'm not sure I even have a YouTube career. I just feel like uploading a bunch of videos. And if I keep uploading videos, people are eventually going to notice them. And I comment on a good amount of videos too. So, and there's stuff like that. And now I was actually thinking of making a separate YouTube account because I didn't want to lose my playlist if I got banned, but I decided to stick with this account as my YouTube account because this name is mine. I want to make sure that people have an understanding about that they don't think I'm stealing my name from somewhere else. No, this is mine. Okay, so what do I have? Show me. Oh, hold on. Well, I think Chaz can go around doing people. Well, I'm busy. Well, after I'm done looking at the crystal beast. You know, I think I might be able to talk better after a break. But there's some amount of this that's just how I am. Okay. I definitely have not counted 7 across these. Throughout this grinding experience, I have counted 5. I have not seen a 6th or 7th. But to my knowledge, my memory is not the most reliable thing in the world. So let's see. How accurate is my memory this time? Okay. There are only 5 here. Okay. Well, that's okay, that's fine. I mean, I chose this. I chose to inflict this pain on myself. But it's not necessarily pain that I hate. Because, well, I play gyms before, okay? Grinding is something I know very well. And I play RPGs, so I know what grinding is. I'm familiar with it, I can do it, I'm fine with doing it. I think I'm probably too good at it. So yeah. Anyway, for now, I'm going to start playing Duel Links in my spare time. I'm going to give my voice some time to rest. I'm going to start pursuing other things and limit how many videos I make. Hopefully, I don't make any videos until September 16th. September 16th. Interesting date. You know, I thought that's actually the date I have my next therapist appointment. I told my therapist that I was making this YouTube channel, and I was like, at first I was like, I'm gonna have to tell my therapist that this was a bad idea. But no, actually there's more to this than that. And I think it's benefiting me overall, even though I don't have a lot of exposure yet. I still feel like I benefit from this. So, yeah. This is part of who I am now, I guess. So, when I come back, I should have my VTube avatar completed. If I don't, well, Dr. Crawler can scold me again. Yeah, he can do that. Anyway, I need a break. I have made it to the point where I feel like I can finally take a break on my own without the game forcing me. So this is my last Duel Links video for now. I'm taking a 1 week break. So I will be back here after my therapist appointment. Anyway, this is Lorena signing out. I'll be back soon, but it better not be too soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back when I'm ready. See ya. I'll show you my progress when I get back.